Welcome back to Let's Play White Day Labyrinth named School. Not pronounced that way, of course. So, yeah. 4 hours! Bloody hell, I'd breeze through this game if I wasn't rambling so much, you know? So, I think I've said this before, but after going through the first playthrough, I'll, pick up notes and stuff still, but, kind of instead of, constantly reading them all, I would, after reading them the one time, that'd be it, pretty much. Just kind of, pick it up and be like, scroll down, there you go, that's all it is. I can't remember if I went to the... yeah. So now we can get the hell out of here. I'd also remember to put the saturation back up again. I do look at the brightness option, but it really is. It just makes everything look white. You know, it doesn't really enhance any lightning of any sort. It just makes everything just look bright.
So-young! So-young! Hey! So-young Han!
You don't have to know. Let's talk to Sangha.
She's ignoring me again. If you're still chasing after her, you need to snap out of it.
It's none of your business. No, it's just a coincidence.
Really? Just a coincidence, huh? She runs around like she's possessed or something. This whole school feels like it's been possessed or haunted or something. Ugh.
It's weird that the subtitle for that was phew, but it was more of an ugh. Do you believe in ghosts now? I think the school has a lot of ghosts with unfinished business.
That's cute. You're very nice. Worrying about the unfinished business of spirits. There's a complaint box sitting in the new building reading room for students to voice their concerns and complaints. But I doubt any student ever solved anything by using it. And I'll bet all the teachers forgot that it was even there. The living all suffer. But don't you think the dead suffer more? Why does no one listen to the things I say? Wait a minute. Where is Ji-Hyeon? Wasn't she with you before?
I'll answer that in a second, but, what you said there about, the box thing, that actually is relevant to one of her endings. Pretty much every character, with the exception of So-young Han, has 2 endings, right? While So-young Han gets 3 endings. So, it's kind of weird, really, isn't it? Well, it makes sense she would be the main girl, I guess, character. Even though we don't really see much of her, especially not here, because I'm obviously not going for that route on the first playthrough. On this one, I'll go for the ending I'd originally got when I first played the game, pretty much. That's what I'm kind of going with here. So, that thing she mentioned does have something to do with one of her endings, though. I have no clue. She ran away alone.
Come on! Why did you let her run off alone like that? You had better hope that nothing happens to Ji-Hyeon. I bet this whole thing is about So-young. That's why you don't even have a girlfriend. Why? Why are you looking at me like that? Got something to say? Look, I'm sorry. It's not your fault. I was just scared and frustrated myself. She probably went to the new building. I'm gonna go look for her. Catch you later.
How does that door close on its own? Spooky. So when we go through that door, right, we won't be able to return here for quite a while. And I'll show the reason why. Like, maybe right after we actually go there. So this new building hallway is kind of weird. It's really dark, and it's long. Kind of long. Not awfully long, but it's a kind of hallway that makes you think, why? Why does it exist? I mean, outside of the fact that spooky shit's going on here and all that, during the day, do they even have the lights on in here? I mean, even with the lights on, this kind of has a creepy feel to it, doesn't it? I mean, it's just no windows anywhere. But you know, with the exception of one particular scenario, this hallway is actually pretty safe and chill. Aside from it being quite spooky, of course. What? I think it already happened there. The thing I was going to show, it just started up now. I was like, wait a second, I thought it doesn't happen till after you've already come to the next building. So here's the new building. Let's go back then. I'll show you exactly how it is you can't get back at this point. You can later on, but you need to get something. It is kind of related to the ghost list in a way, because your passage to the old building, main buildings, get blocked off by something. I wonder how much of this will be bloody visible in the freaking video. It's freaking dark. Oh. The birds singing along to the song. There's actually two variations to that. Sometimes she'll just stop singing and nothing else will happen. We don't actually get to see her, but she is one of the ghosts for the ghost list. And she blocks our way here until we get something. So it's one of those endless hallways until you go back. I quite like it. It's neat. If you put the language in Korean, she sings a very different song, and obviously different singer as well. I quite like the, is it Oranges and Lemons, is that the name of the song? Yeah, it's quite a nice kind of, it's kind of creepy, but at the same time it's like, it's pretty chill. The Korean one, on the other hand, doesn't feel like it has much chill. It's more like kind of, this is a creepy song. At least this building looks bright. you know? But we need key cards and stuff. There's no point in really going over in that direction just yet. Strange thing about that is we don't see that janitor in this part of the building.
That was close. Hey, exactly what the hell were you thinking? What was that?
Well, I'm just as surprised that the bald janitor guy is here because he doesn't appear in this building like in the main gameplay. This is the building where we'll encounter the one with the hat, who is significantly quicker.
I'm sorry, but you didn't have to be so angry about it. Thanks for saving me.
Well, the fact is that I still need your help. But don't make it into a habit. Now that I've found my way into the new building, I know So-Young is a part of what's happening.
Why are you so suspicious, So-Young? What makes you so sure?
I have my reasons. Hear me out. So-Young's always there. Wherever we go, she gets there before us. We follow her, and all this freaky stuff just keeps happening to us. Doesn't it make sense, then, that she's up to something? I don't like the idea that she's the culprit either. But it's obvious. She's involved in everything that's happening. Do you know where we're going next? The rooftop, 4th floor. I saw her heading that way earlier. She must have something freaky going on up there, too. What's the problem? Don't tell me you still don't believe me.
I'm not sure.
That's just, well, to be fair, the protagonist clearly is not sure. You saw his eye movement there when she's like saying, "Oh yeah, this is clearly So-Young. It's connected to all this," and he's just like, "I don't know, man."
Now I believe you.
You don't sound so believing. Alright then, why don't you just go up to the roof and find out for yourself? See if I'm wrong like you think. I have to go find Ji-Hyeon. Do what you want. But make sure you know who to trust. Or else, you could be stuck here forever.
Your words confuse me, fuck, I forgot your name. Your words are so weird, the way you say things and stuff.
So yeah, our goal is to go pretty much to the 4th floor, but there are many rooms on the 4th floor. There's like, I can't remember how it all plays out, but essentially there is, well, I can't even quite remember quite how it all plays out. We'll get to it when we get to it. I brought a button, oh, the last of the typewriter ones. So we can't go back right now because the ghost that's singing Oranges and Lemons or whatever is like, no, you're not allowed to pass. More reading. I note for borrowing the yin-yang token to the teacher in charge of the history room. I'll be borrowing the yin-yang token in order to go over some class materials. We'll be examining the token in Library 2. I'll return the token this coming Tuesday. Thanks for your understanding. Vice Principal Sang-Boon Lee. So in Library 2. So, how do I... Wait, no. Yeah, triangle. Library 2, as you can see, is on the 4th floor. We'll need to go to Library 1 to get to Library 2, as you can see, because it doesn't have a door entering to it. So that's kind of one of our objectives. Another objective will become clear. The swimming pool is also a place we gotta go to. And yeah, there's quite a lot of rooms and stuff in this building. It's quite big. Another pen. Should be, yeah. Yellow keycard, a keycard that unlocks doors in the yellow section of the building. Use it on the card reader. Sure if there's anything else here or not. Actually, there is one thing. Remember the pictures? This is pretty much the order we've got to put them in the main building too. Of course, I'm not going to be able to remember this because we can't even get to main building 2 yet. So we'll have to wait till a little later on. So it's because a lot of them just kind of don't have any distinct features to them. I mean, this guy right here and the bald guy, fair enough. It makes it easy if you can like pinpoint where they are. But then the two in the middle specifically, right there, it's like I get them mixed up all the time. It's hard to remember when you actually get there. The third guy I don't think has a hat on, so you got the two guys with a hat in the middle, bald guy next to them, older guy on the far left, and no hat guy on the right. Of course, there's never anything around, is there? Coin. Oh wait, I'm also remembering. There's a puzzle around here, yeah, right there. See these? This is connected to that eye testing thing that was in the infirmary in main building 2. So we need to get 2 of the lenses in order to use it properly. Kind of think of it, I think one of the lenses, I know one of the lenses in this building, but I think the other lens might actually be in main building 2 and I might have overlooked it. Can't quite remember, you know? So right now it's like, yeah, there's no real threat, but there will be soon, so, you know, be aware. Be careful, you know. Can't just go running around all the time. Just some of the time. Tranquilizer. Should be an out. Yep. 19 ghost stories, mermaids. There was a big pond in our high school. Since the school was so old, the fish in the pond were large and different from the average fish. Some were even known to understand humans. Meanwhile, a student named Dee really cared for the fish in the pond. She took charge of feeding the fish and cleaning around the pond from the custodian. Whenever she had free time, she would just sit by the pond. There was a rumor that the fish did performances for her when she came to the pond. Her friends called Dee the Fish Princess. Then an infamous bad boy became interested in Dee. He was known to be a thief with a bad temper. He confessed to Dee and said that they should go out, but was rejected on the spot. His ego was bruised and he enacted revenge by constantly bullying and threatening her. It was really tough on Dee, but she believed that he would lose interest at some point and patiently absorbed it all. Then the accident happened. It was raining cats and dogs when the bad boy made his way to the pond and began harassing Dee. Dee had had enough of his bullying and yelled at him to stop. Angry, the boy pushed her. Dee stumbled, fell, and hit her head hard on a rock. She died instantly. After being afraid of being caught, the boy tried to hide her body. He chopped the body into pieces and fed them to the fish in the pond. Even the blood of Dee was washed away into the pond by the rain. Nobody witnesses were in this crime besides the fish. So what the fuck? I mean, what kind of shit is that? Escalates from, you bruised my ego, now I must bully you, to, well, he pretty much killed her. It probably wasn't intentional. And then escalates to, okay, so he chops her body up and feeds it to the fish. Yeah, that's quite an escalation. These absent was reported to the police and the investigation began. From the statements made by her friends, the police centered their investigation around the pond, but no trace of her could be found. Time went on and no further evidence surfaced. Soon the case went cold. Some time passed without incident until a student went missing during gym class at the rooftop swimming pool. Students who saw what happened stated that the missing kid acted as if something was pulling him under the water. No trace of him could be found, even after emptying the pool. In the midst of this mass confusion, the missing boy came up floating in the pond. His body looked like it had been chewed to bits by animals. It was the same boy who had bullied Dee. A rumor soon circulated that every night when it rains, if you're near the pond or swimming pool, you would spot a strange creature. The students who have seen it describe it in two ways. It's either a fish that looks like a human, or a human that looks like a fish. How about that? This door right here is locked, but that leads to the swimming pool. We won't be seeing the swimming pool for quite a while. Depending on how long it takes me to get through this bloody area, you know? The art room. Should be... Yep. And I'll take that and watch this. Huh? Oh, turned your back on me. Where'd they go? Don't think we can open any of those, but we can assume that they're hiding in there. Oh. Ah, you crafty little small bastards. Why have you shrunk? I like this little detail here. I'm not sure if it applies to any mode outside of hard and hell mode though. But it's nice, they're hiding in there. Now they've all got roses. Well, those aren't roses, are they? The flowers. And now they've become the Terminator or something. Now they've all got the hat that the gym teacher wears. And now they're back to normal. Or are they? Now it's in your face. And from there, that's pretty much it. Still, kinda neat. Anyways. Also, you see this right here? This all has importance for a puzzle. That we'll get to eventually. Nothing else in here by the looks of it. Gonna look through this room and then call it apart. What room is this? Language lab. This will be important as well. Should be something... Actually, no. Maybe it's been a while, you see, now since I've played through the whole game. There it is. Coin. Don't think there's anything else here. Wonderful. Well, there's one trick I should also mention here as well. Is, because, you know, running and hiding is probably going to be a regular occurrence here. So, a bit of a pro tip, if you will, here. It's good to keep some doors open, but not all of them. So, like, I'm doing this specifically here, because this is a really good kind of trick here. Where you can just, like, you'll see why that might be effective if I end up using that. Maybe even in the next part. So, I shall see you next time, viewers. See you next time.